તરફ આગળ વધી રહ્યા
to
છે.
rationalize prosecution framework under Income Tax Act while maintaining a careful balance for deterrence in some serious offence.
કેટલાક ગંભીર ગુનાઓમાં
Books of account and documents
ડેટરન્સ
and
એટલે કે એ
requirement of
ગુનાખોરોમાં
TDS
ડર
payment
વધે.
where payment is made in kind are being decriminalized. Further, minor offences will attract fine only.
જેમાં નાના ગુનાઓ હશે એમાં માત્ર દંડ જ ઉઘરાવવામાં આવશે.
They will entail only simple imprisonment with maximum imprisonment reduced to 2 years and power
આ નાના
to
ગુનાઓમાં મહત્તમ સજા 2 વર્ષનો જેલવાસ રહેશે.
There is no penalty. There is no penalty presently for non-disclosure of non-immovable foreign assets.
નોન ઇમૂવેબલ એવી એસેટ્સ એવી મિલકતો કે જેને મૂવ નથી કરી શકાતી એવી મિલકતો જાહેર ન કરવા પર જે પેનલ્ટી લગાવવામાં આવે છે તેને ઇમ્યુનિટી મળે એ માટે કામ થશે.
Cooperatives. Deduction is already allowed to a primary cooperative society.
કોઓપરેટિવ સોસાયટીઝમાં ડિડક્શન
Seeds, fruits or vegetables raised or grown by its members. I propose to extend this deduction to also include supply of cattle feed
આ ડિડક્શનને ઘટાડવા માટેનો પ્રસ્તાવ હું મૂકી રહી છું.
members. I propose to allow inter-cooperative society dividend income as deduction under the new tax regime to the extent it is further distributed to its members.
ઇન્ટર કોઓપરેટિવ સોસાયટીઝમાં ડિવિડન્ડમાં આવતા ડિડક્શનને
To dividend income received by a notified national cooperative federation.
નોટિફાઈડ
on their
નેશનલ
investments made in
કોઓપરેટિવ
companies up to 31/1/2026
એન્ટરપ્રાઇઝીસ તરફથી મળતા ડિવિડન્ડમાં
would be allowed only for dividends further distributed to its member cooperatives. Supporting IT sector as India's growth engine. India is a global leader in
ભારતના
software
વિકાસ એન્જિનના એક ગ્રોથ એન્જિન તરીકે આઈટી સેક્ટરને પ્રમોટ કરવા માટે
services and contract R&D services relating to software development.
જેમાં સર્વિસીસ અને R&D ને પ્રોત્સાહન આપવામાં આવશે.
And their segments are quite interconnected with each other. All these services are proposed to be clubbed
આ બધા જ
under
સર્વિસીસ સેક્ટર્સ જે એકબીજા સાથે આંતરિક રીતે જોડાયેલા છે
technology services with a common safe harbor margin of 15.5% applicable to all. The threshold for availing safe harbor for IT services is being enhanced substantially from 300 crore rupees to 2,000 crore rupees. Safe harbor for IT services shall be approved by an automated rule-driven process without any need for tax officer to examine
આઈટી સેક્ટર્સ
and
માટેના સેફ હાર્બર્સ જે 300 કરોડથી વધારીને 2000 કરોડ સુધીની તેની અમાઉન્ટ કરવામાં આવશે.
the same safe harbor can be continued for a period of 5 years at a stretch.
અને આ જ સેફ હાર્બર્સ 5 વર્ષ માટે કન્ટિન્યુ કરી શકાશે.
For IT services companies who want to conclude advanced pricing agreement APA, I propose to fast-track unilateral APA process for IT services and endeavor to conclude it within a period of 2 years. The period of 2 years can be extended by a further period of 6 months on taxpayers' request. I propose to extend the facility of modified returns available to the entity entering APA to its associated entities also. Attracting global business and investment. Recognizing the need to enable critical infrastructure and boost investment in
વૈશ્વિક
data
બિઝનેસને
centers.
આકર્ષિત કરવા માટે ઇન્ફ્રાસ્ટ્રક્ચરને બૂસ્ટ આપવામાં આવશે.
To provide tax holiday
જે
till
tax holidays provide
2047
કરશે.
to any foreign company that provides cloud services to
જે
customers.
ક્લાઉડ સર્વિસીસ પ્રોવાઈડ કરશે એવી કોઈ પણ ફોરેન એન્ટિટીઝને
Services from India.
ટેક્સ હોલિડેઝ
It
આપવામાં
will,
આવશે.
however, need to provide services to Indian customers through an Indian reseller entity.
જે ઇન્ડિયન રીસેલર એન્ટિટીઝ દ્વારા ઇન્ડિયન કસ્ટમર્સને સુવિધા આપશે.
I also propose to provide a safe harbor of 15% on cost in case the company providing data center services from India is a related entity. To harness the efficiency of just-in-time logistics For electronic manufacturing, I propose to provide safe harbor to non-residents for component warehousing in a bonded warehouse at a profit margin of 2% of the invoice value. The resultant tax of about 0.7% will be much slower than in competing jurisdictions. To provide fillip to toll manufacturing in India, I propose to provide exemption from income tax for 5 years to any non-resident who provides capital goods, equipment or tooling to any toll manufacturer in a bonded zone. To encourage vast pool of global talent to work in India for a longer period of time, I propose to provide exemption to global non-India sourced income of a non-resident expert for a stay period of 5 years under notified schemes. I propose to provide exemption from minimum alternate tax, the MAT, to all
મિનિમમ
non-residents.
ઓલ્ટરનેટ ટેક્સ જેને મેટ કહેવામાં આવે છે એમાં હું મિનિમમ એક્ઝેમ્પશન પ્રસ્તાવિત કરી રહી છું.
Tax administration. I propose to constitute a joint committee of Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Central Board of
કોર્પોરેટ
Direct
અફેર્સની એક જોઈન્ટ કમિટીની રચનાનો હું પ્રસ્તાવ મૂકી રહી છું જે
and disclosure standards, the ICDS, in the Indian accounting standards IND AS itself. Separate accounting requirement based on ICDS will be done away with from the tax year 27.
આઈસીડીએસ અંતર્ગત આવતા સેપરેટ અકાઉન્ટ્સ છે એમાંથી મુક્તિ આપવામાં આવશે અને એના માટે આ કમિટી માર્ગદર્શિકા તૈયાર કરશે.
To become global leaders, I propose to rationalize the definition of accountant for the purposes of safe harbor rules. Other tax proposals. Change in taxation of buyback was brought in to address the improper use of buyback route by promoters. In the interest of minority shareholders, I propose to tax buyback for all types of shareholders as capital gains. However, to disincentivize misuse of tax arbitrage, promoters will pay an additional buyback tax. This will make effective tax 22% for corporate promoters. For non-corporate promoters, the effective tax will be 30%. TCS rate for sellers of specific goods, namely alcoholic liquor, scrap and minerals, will be rationalized.
આલ્કોહોલિક ગુડ્સ, ભંગાર
And that on
અને મિનરલ્સના વેચાણ કરતા કેટલાક
will be
લોકો
reduced
માટે
from 5% to 2%.
જે ટીસીએસ છે 5%થી ઘટાડીને 2% કરવામાં આવશે.
To raise the STT on futures to 0.05% from the present 0.02%. STT on options premium and exercise of options are both proposed to be raised to 0.15% from the present rate of 0.1% and 0.125% respectively.